What's up, guys? This is Astranox. We've got the patch notes for the 2nd of October, and it's crazy, man. We finally have the MolaGora system improvement. Yes, we're getting skill enhancements for Stigma instead of MolaGora's on 2 and 3 star heroes, and it doesn't actually cost too much Stigma, which is amazing. Okay, so we have Desert Jewel Bazaar, and he's a new Moonlight hero. The way he works is his skill 1 triggers his skill 2, which is a passive. So he attacks the enemy with wind with a 25% chance to stun for 1 turn. And when you soul burn, it attacks all enemies, increases the amount recovered by Everlasting Oasis. Stun on skill 1 is actually very useful in PvP, but he would need, of course, some effectiveness. So skill 2, the passive, heals all allies after using Desert Wind. Amount recovered increased proportional to the target's max health and the caster's attack. It's mostly about the target's max health. The scaling based on the caster's attack is not that big, especially if you don't build him with a bunch of attack. I mean, he's pretty squishy to begin with. He should have the stats of Tamarine based on his star sign and his class. So expect like not even 5,000 HP on him. It's what is it, 4,300, something of the sort. So because if you use his skill preview in game, you see that he's at 4,300 something HP, something of the sort. So skill 3 is crazy though. Bastet Roars dispel all debuffs from all allies before increasing their combat readiness by 20%. And after you awaken, it gives 3 turn immunity to all allies. And the beautiful thing is that it happens after dispelling all debuffs. So there's quite a few things going on with this skill. So you can use this on, let's say you go first. You're gonna have your immunity on your whole team, and you're gonna boost their combat readiness, allowing you to potentially go first with your whole team. So that's very powerful. But if you build him slow, you can still remove all debuffs and grant immunity and boost their combat readiness. So if you even build a turn 2 team, you can definitely make it work, and that skill is going to be amazing for you. You are able to boost this to 30% combat readiness increase. The cooldown is quite long, 6 down to 5 with skill ups, but still it doesn't matter so much. I mean, 3 turn immunity. The skill is just so powerful. And now the thing we don't know yet is how the passive will work exactly. Will it trigger Rod of Amaryllis or will it not? So if Rod of Amaryllis works, it's going to work on skill 3, and it's potentially going to work on skill 1 that triggers the passive, and that passive will trigger Rod. I've been reading that if, that passive doesn't have an actual animation, if the animation is only for that skill 1, then it will not trigger Rod of Amaryllis. Only Celestine would work in this case. Magahara's Tome would not work, you would not get the combat readiness, but it still needs to be tested to be sure. So I will be pulling on my 3rd account on Europe. There's Bloodblade Karen, 2 in the rotation. Okay, skill enhancement system improvements. Yo, this is where it's at though. This is where it's at. So 2 and 3 star heroes will cost Stigma. Yo, that's crazy. And look at how little Stigma we need. Look at that. It's like 3,000. Is it even 3,000? You know, this is like 400 almost with the +1 +2, then the +3. That's almost 1,000, and then that's not even 3,000. That's like 2,800. Let's say that's just one skill. Then they will give us the actual total amount. Look. Okay, I guess I went through this quickly. I guess it does cost 8,000 still, but it could be that it's because this is skill 1. That's why. Skill 1 is not so expensive. Skill 2 probably cost a bit more, and skill 3 cost even more. Because, I mean, it's skill 3. So, 8,100 is definitely not much, guys. I mean, stigmas, you can farm those. I mean, I was at a very little amount because I was using them before, because I was like, I mean, nothing's gonna happen with those stigma, and then they announced that they will introduce this, and I'm at like 40,000 now, so I mean, it's definitely not gonna take you long to build up your stigma. And I mean, MolaGora, they're so precious. So it used to cost 27 MolaGora before, and it's even gonna work for 2-star heroes. Okay, so the way it works is the period is for, yeah, three months, and you will have a reset skill function, and after using the reset skill, all skills for that hero will be reset to level 0. Players will be able to skill enhance 2 to 3-star heroes even after the skill reset function has been used. All materials used for skill enhancement will be refunded. MolaGora, catalysts, gold. Materials refunded will be directly placed into the player's inventory after using reset skill function. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be looking like. And you get your materials back. Man, that's gonna be so good. And not only that, they are reducing the amount of MolaGora we need for the 4-star and 5-star heroes. So before it was 33 MolaGora for a 4-star, now it's going to be 27. 5-star was 42, now it's going to be 33. That is, that's pretty substantial, man. Like, 6 MolaGora refunded for 4-star if you maxed it out. And for 5-star, that's 9. Yeah, that's nice. So expect those in your mailbox. In particular, the amount of MolaGora required to skill enhance low to mid-level skills will be significantly reduced. And the first point was the amount of MolaGora required when skill enhancing 4 to 5-star heroes will be reduced by 18 to 21%. So this is like wave number 5, I believe, for MolaGora reduction. Something of the sort. So yeah, you will receive them in the mailbox. And MolaGora Go spent will be refunded in MolaGora at a 1-to-4 exchange rate. It used to cost 4 MolaGora to get a MolaGora Go, but if you bought it from the Vagrant vendor in the Labyrinth, you were able to, when it did show up, you were able to buy them at, for like MolaGora Goes, you were able to buy them for 4 MolaGora. So, after the update, heirs will receive MolaGora equal to the amount of MolaGoraGora they spent via their in-game mailbox. So that was an old currency, right? And yeah, a MolaGoraGora was worth 25 MolaGoras. Due to the fact that MolaGoraGora will no longer be used, the exchange option in the shop, which allows players to exchange 25 MolaGora for 1 MolaGoraGora, will be deleted. The 4 MolaGora for 1 MolaGora Go exchange in the shop will be deleted, and instead players will be about to more comfortably exchange MolaGora in the skill enhanced area by tapping the MolaGora exchange button. Players will be able to exchange a MolaGora Go for 4 MolaGora via the MolaGora exchange button. So finally, you know, we can downgrade. So that's big. And by going in your skill and enhancement window on any hero, and then you will have this popping up. So you'll be able to, you know, go both ways. You can convert into Go and convert from Go to normal version. Bug fixes and other convenient changes. So there's gonna be something really cool, and well, it's gonna be showing up soon in the list, but we can try against stages, so we don't have to go like and yield, you know, and just and go into the stage again. So that saves a few seconds, which is cool. Okay, heroes. An issue where the 5-star hero Charon, after receiving a buff from the 5-star artifact Alexa's Basket during the first turn, did not allow his first skill, Void Slash, to perform an AoE attack, will be fixed. Yeah, so that's pretty major. So if you were using that on him, he just wasn't able to AoE with his skill 1, which in fact he should be doing because he has a buff from Alexa's Basket. An issue where hero ML Basar additional effect from memory imprint is shown as equivalent of 4-star hero will be fixed. Oh, okay, so his memory imprint was actually one for a 4-star hero. Part of Chloe's character description will be fixed. Hero that have special conditions for enhancing, promoting, or memory imprinting will now display this information. So this hero can only be used to enhance, promote, and memory imprint Kiki Rat V2, which is the way it worked before. It's just now they want to display that. An issue where the image of Eufiend's exclusive equipment, Azure Dragon's Spirit, is occasionally not displayed will be fixed. Battle improvements will be made to the slide screen prior to battle. Try again will be added to the pause menu during battles. So try again, tapping this button will allow players to forfeit the current battle and return to the team selection screen, allowing the player to start the stage again. Okay, so you don't like right away go back in the battle with the exact same team formation. You actually go back to the selection screen, but it still save you, what is it? Two tap will be changed into 1, and maybe some delay for transition there. Labyrinth, the story for Nyx Sanctum Zone 2 Frozen Lake will be improved. An issue where a hero's dual AoE attack misses despite not being debuffed by Executioner Carcanis in Asmakalis raid mode will be fixed. Arena, an issue where arena victory points are not being displayed correctly will be fixed. An issue where after a certain amount of time Protector's punishment was not applied will be fixed. Protector's punishment is the lightning damage in the arena. Automated Tower, an issue where incorrect rewards were granted upon clearing October's Automated Tower will be fixed. Please see below for October's Automated Tower rewards. Please note that these rewards are only for October. So it was like using the old reward system after it got like buffed. So yeah, that's why they closed the Automated Tower. They will be reverting it back to the way it should be with the right rewards, and it's actually those gift box, you know, it's like here for floor, well, for floors that are in red here, all those rewards, you get a box and you choose which set you want that ring to be part of. Oh, that's the chest. Wait, what? That is... Looks like they are giving... maybe because... That's why. Because people that cleared it before, they actually were able to get, you know, the old reward. So the piece of jewelry, right? Because you see that level 65 necklace epic is on floor 95, but now you actually get a higher item level 1 from the box. So what they're doing is just giving those rewards to everyone. So everyone that cleared this place already, I don't know if they're gonna fix the reward and like take them off of their account or whatever. Maybe not. because it was their mistake. And we will have the old reward plus the box, it looks like. Okay. In the Mystic Summon menu, the next Mystic Summon button icon will be improved so that it can be more easily understood. Improvements will be made so that a lock icon is displayed on the storage button if storage content has not yet been unlocked. Okay. Story, Episode 1, Main Story 10-9, Hall of Hallucinations will be added. What? Okay, I guess there was no story there. Certain text shown in Episode 2, Chapter 4, hidden zones will be adjusted. Stages that have limited daily admissions will have visual improvements added when viewing them on the world map. So we can actually see the limited entries for all the crack in the world. I mean, I don't run this place. You shouldn't run this place because you don't get enough for the amount of energy that it costs to go in there. But let's say you're in a big rush, like you gotta go sleep, and you don't have time to burn your energy. I mean, this could be a place where you just well, you should bring at least a fodder in there to get all that sweet experience. And yeah, what I prefer to do is just run level 3 in Spirit Altar and get some you know, the low quality runes from there if I need to burn some energy ASAP because I just gotta go or something. Certain text that appears in the side story written in blood will be adjusted. An issue that occurred in the side story written in blood when zooming out on the map will be fixed. Game guide contents will be changed for improved clarity. There will not be any functional change. So this is... Oh, okay, this is all visual changes to better describe what these things do, actually. Just more details, I guess. Not gonna go through that stuff, but I'll go through this one. So effectiveness and effect resistance, the way I was saying before, well, let me just talk about the way it is shown now. When the attacker attempts to inflict a debuff on a target, the following process determines whether or not it is successful. Effect chance determines whether or not a debuff is attempted. If not attempted, no text will display. Number 2, if a debuff is attempted, its success is determined through the following calculation. So 100%, so that's always there, 100% plus the attacker's effectiveness minus target's effect resistance value cannot exceed 85%. If the attempt fails, the text resistance will display. So you cannot have more than 85% chance to, you know, to land a debuff on the target. And I mean, it's not a debuff, but it's also like removing buffs off of the target, stuff like that. So that's why I've been saying that if you want to counter, you know, let's use the example, right? Let's use the example of using 55% effectiveness against a target that has 80% effect resistance. So in PvE, the highest amount of effect resistance is 70% throughout the whole game, minus in Hall of Trials. I believe the amount of effect resistance that boss may have in there, and it's actually on the last wave, on the third wave after you go in the second weakened state against the boss, that where you can deal a lot of damage. The boss has, I believe, 80 or maybe 85% effect resistance, but the rest of the game, the maximum has been 70%. But let's use, you know, 55% effectiveness to counter 70% of the target's effect resistance. So you have always 100%, right? Because yeah, 100% plus 55% effectiveness, you are at 155%, and then you reduce, remove the amount of effect resistance of the target. so which is 70%. So you are at 100% plus 55. This is 155 minus 70. You are at 85%. So you countered it, and it says that you cannot exceed 85%. Now let's use another example. You are, you have 50 effect resistance. You have 50 effectiveness. You're attacking a target with 100% effect resistance. Let's say it's in PvP, right? So 100% plus your 50% effectiveness, 150%, and then you reduce, you remove the amount of effect resistance that they have, which is, let's say in this example, 100. So it's back to 50%. Now you have 50% chance to land your effect against that target. So yeah, there's still a 35% that you're missing, right? There's 35% that you're missing. That you could go up to 85% chance, but you can't go above that. So yeah, just the way it works. And this is a good way to explain big effectiveness versus high effect resistance in PvP. So you actually need you need a lot of effect resistance in PvP if you don't want to make sure that they don't land any debuff. So let's say a target has 100% effectiveness, and you are at 200% effect resistance, then it counters it. It counters it completely. They will not land a debuff, but if they have, let's say, 120% effectiveness and you have 200% effect resistance, it's 100 plus 120, that's 220 minus your 200. They still have a 20% chance to land their debuff. So if you're unlucky, and I mean, it's not so hard to have 120% effectiveness. It could be a damage dealer running, well, they will need to run an effectiveness ring, but that ring is enough for them to be able to potentially land their debuff against you. It's 20% chance, and you have to get 200% effect resistance, which is like a ton. You might be needing a Strat Gauntlet, or maybe it's your Angelic Montmorency that is at 200% effect resistance, but they still have that 20% chance, and if you are unlucky, they will land one or more of their debuffs, which is it's pretty luck based. So that's it for this this patch, man. Yo, how excited are you about the MolaGora improvement, man? That's crazy. We're getting that now, and we're gonna get the refund as well for 4 to 5 star heroes. Man, so hyped up. This is gonna be amazing, and a lot of players, including myself, will be powering up 3-star heroes, more of them, like 6-starring them and skill enhancing them, which is super cool. Super cool. Very healthy for the game, for the future of the game. And MolaGora, man, they are so precious. And are you gonna be pulling for ML Basar? I mean, I will be pulling for him. I don't know if I'll get him, but on account number 3, I'll go for him. Account number 2, I prefer to have a natural 5-star Moonlight hero, like a different one on each of my accounts, so I can showcase them instead of like having multiple copies on different accounts. Then that I should save my resources, to have different heroes. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. And actually, let me just go here. Let's if we go in summon here, actually let's do my daily. Oh, it shines. This is account number 1 on the global server. 4-star artifact. Okay, let's just look at ML Basar, because we know, he's He's a Soul Weaver, and he's of the Sagittarius star sign. And if we go in skill preview, we see that he's at, okay, there it is, 4,370 HP. You know, his skill 3, man, it looks damn amazing. It's just so cool. And the power of that skill 3 is just insane, man. That's like a game changer when you pop this thing, no matter when you do it. But sometimes it would be like safer to do it after the enemy. Like if like it's, you know, a Dizzy that is wearing Il's Violin, they could remove your immunity debuff. If she's built super quick, she's gonna cycle through her skills quite fast, and she can still be annoying if they're using more debuffers on their team. Then you will be back into like debuff hell. But if you use it later, you know, because you will need to build quite a bit of survival on him if you don't want him to be popped early on, then yeah, you might not go for crazy speed on him. But there's multiple ways to build him. I'll make a guide for him. If I do get him, I mean, I don't have that much speed on my third account, so I'll try to make him quite tanky so he doesn't get like killed. But he's of the light element. There's not so many light Moonlight hero, natural 5-star Moonlight heroes compared to dark, and there's a lot of dark heroes in the meta, and he will be quite heavily focused, you know, be it on your arena defense. If you bring him on offense, he will be targeted quite often, so you need to make sure he stays alive, you know. So I mean, he's a Soul Weaver. If you need that extra bit of survival, you could just go with Water's Origin, because it might be about just getting this thing running ASAP. So you might be letting the enemy go, you might be running immunity sets on your whole team, and then like they're going with one hero, whatever, they're doing some damage. It's a big hard-hitting attack, and then your Water's Origin triggers, gives you combat readiness, allows you to just like kind of cut in, and now you're able to go with this skill, you know, like dispelling debuffs off of your whole team, granting immunity for 3 turns, and like of course boosting the combat readiness, which will allow your whole team to potentially just cut in at this point before they finish their whole rotation. Maybe they have another cleaver going, but you're gonna be able to cut in, and you'll be able to, if you're running with another sort of like sustain there, you can heal your team a bit, and yeah, I mean, you're gonna be able to mess up the enemy team. So he definitely can be used in multiple areas of the game, even in PvE, because like this skill is so damn powerful, and the constant healing from the triggering of the passive with this skill, and you can also AoE heal the whole team. I mean, scales off of the target's max HP, and also based on his attack. So if you are running him with big bruisers, big tanky heroes, then like you don't even have to worry about his attack at all. But because the scaling with his attack, you do need quite a bit of attack to actually boost the healing here. But you will have some attack even if you don't build it, because he has a base attack anyways. And if you have attack buff, well, it's gonna boost that portion a bit, you know. And yeah, that's gonna be a really cool hero. He changing the meta, yeah, we'll have to see about that, because his health pool is very low, but I'm sure players will be making him work. I mean, because that skill 3 is game changing, so we should be seeing quite a bit of him. But yeah, this is definitely a hard counter to Dizzy. If he goes first or goes later, definitely a hard counter there. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Press the bell icon to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. Playlists of all sorts, arena, guild wars, guides, tips, and how-tos, and Abyss Wars 62+. So check those out if you haven't. Also join my Discord server. The link is in the description. We're at above 500 members now, and good luck with all you do in the game. Peace out for now. Let's just cleave this. Okay, all right, peace out.